My name is Marcus Reed. For years I was invisible. I was 28, homeless, living out of a rusty van parked near the freeway in Seattle. By day I worked as a barista. By night I delivered groceries. And every evening I'd sit there in the driver's seat, staring at the ceiling, wondering, is this it? Is this really my life? If you're watching this right now, hit like, subscribe, and tell me where you're from, because this story is proof that one moment can change everything. Back then, life was nothing but survival. Cold showers at the shelter, counting every dollar, fighting off the voice in my head that whispered, "You'll never make it." I wanted more, a real home, a steady job, somewhere I belonged. But dreams like that, they felt impossible. Then, one night, sitting in the corner of a 24-hour coffee shop, I saw an ad online. A coding boot camp, scholarships for people in financial need. It sounded like a scam, but what did I have to lose? I applied. A week later, I got the email. Accepted, full scholarship. I didn't know it yet, but that email was the first step toward everything I have now. For 6 straight months, I lived in survival mode. No weekends, no distractions. 12 to 14 hours a day, learning to code in that same coffee shop. And then my first freelance job came in. $800 for a website. I cried in my van that night. Not because of the money, but because it was the first time in my life I thought maybe I can do this. From there, everything snowballed. A startup noticed my work. They offered me a high-paying remote job. I took it. I worked harder. I saved every cent. I learned to invest. Within a year, I signed the lease on a tiny studio apartment. A year after that, I bought my first home. But that wasn't the moment that changed me. The real moment? 2 years later, when I walked into a mansion. 5 bedrooms, a pool, a library. The kind of place I used to drive past and think, not in this lifetime. And it was mine. I invited my family and old friends over for dinner. The same people who used to avoid eye contact when I asked for help. When they walked in, they froze. Some smiled. Some stared. One even whispered, "This can't be real." I didn't say a word. I just smiled. Not out of revenge, not to rub it in, but because, for the first time in my life, I finally felt seen. If you take anything from my story, take this. Life doesn't change because of luck. It changes because you change. Every hour you put in, every no you hear, every door that slams in your face, it's all leading somewhere even if you can't see it yet. So if you're stuck, if you're invisible, remember this. Sometimes the biggest shock isn't what you accomplish. It's realizing you were capable of it the entire time.